Well, let's go kill some ogres. And oh, what? Whoops! I accidentally brought a child with me. This is not a place for children. I'll be going back to you very soon. Getting you back. But first I have to save you from these terrible ogres. What was that elder thinking opening the entrance like that anyway? Isn't there some... There's isn't even a sign there. Any child could wander off. That's not good. Anyway, let's go back. I have brought this poor child back to safety. First I'm going to unequip this skill of strength, so I have the best chance possible to get a strength increase from that ogre corpse. It's one of the best things about this place. If you're not at about 20 strength yet, chances are good you will be at the end of this quest, because there's so many ogres and so many ogre corpses. But I already have strength 21, so the chances that I will get a strength increase are rather low. There's an ogre magus here. I am very well acquainted with these guys by now. And, well, my usual trick is to fight them in the hallway whenever possible. There. Now I'm going to give him an ass whooping. Moderately wound. I still have about 200 HP, so that should be safe. And I killed him. Excellent. Now the most dangerous monsters in this cave, if they exist, there is a good chance for 1 or 2 ogre lords to be created, and these can be pretty nasty in melee. I hope I won't meet one, but if I do, I'm going to use missiles wherever I can. Until now it's ogres and one of these stupid ogre magi again. It's so much easier to find them if it's not a big room. Makes them rather less dangerous than usual. Usually. I can sell that girl with strength. I can eat these ogres. I'm not gonna bother with trying to get strength increases from them. And I'm plenty strong enough. I mean, what more could a barbarian ask for? There's the ogre lord. I have to be real careful now. This might be a good opportunity to use some of my wonderful wands again. For instance, this wand of fire looks nice. I make short work of the ogres at least. Ogre lord is severely injured already. I can do the rest in melee. You've probably realized by now that if I say something is dangerous, that doesn't automatically mean you're going to see it being dangerous against this guy. I happen to have a really strong character. But be more careful in your own games. I can only say that. Remember to run away in coward mode, and I think you've seen a lot of things you can do. I'm kind of rambling here. I want to be done with this quest because I don't really have anything more to say about this place. It's full of ogres. Occasionally there's an ogre lord and ogre mages. These are more dangerous than the ogres, and the ogres themselves are not really dangerous, and if your strength is lower than 21 without items, you might get strength increases from eating them, corpses. I just want to be done with the quest already. This isn't very exciting here. All these ogres. Yeah, you die, you die. One interesting thing to note about this level is that monsters do not regenerate. If you kill all the ogres and the level is empty, that's it. You won't ever see any monster going back again. So since it's also right next to Dwarf Town, see, I'm done. This level is a pretty good place to store items. I usually have a pile of items that I don't need until later in the game, stored in here. I don't think I really have any items that are store worthy though right now, worthy of storage. So I'll not be doing that. I'll be getting the quest instead. And the quest reward is 5,000 gold pieces, which I guess is not bad at all. And onwards to the next quest. Win the champion's title in the arena. Return to me when you have succeeded. I'll be doing that, but now I'm going to exercise in a bit of clairvoyance. If you play on past Calavaster, the Dying Sage, you will meet a dwarven portal. Encounter a dwarven portal that will stop your progress to the rest of the dungeon. In order to open this portal, you have to pull a lever, and Thunda is sitting on a lever, and he will pull it for you if you do a quest for him. But to get a quest, you have to ask him about the gate or the portal, and that's what I'm doing right now. We close the deeper levels of the dungeons to prevent foolish adventurers from uncovering even greater evils. The portal seems not to... Oh, I hit return again. Yeah. Prove your worth in the quest. A vile necromancer has defiled the grave of one of our bravest heroes. Grave has again himself in the bottom back of a chain. Find and kill the evil sorcerer. Purify his grave and you're rewarded. Take these items out. Ooh, items. Yeah, it's actually... Just because there's really no reason not to get this quest at the earliest possible moment, because among the items is this potion of water, which I can tell you is a potion of holy water, which is always excellent to have. And yep, that's that quest, and I'm getting it right now because I will be going back to the surface, and I'd rather not backtrack more than I already do from time to time. And why am I eating things? I don't need to eat things. I should probably do some bit of spring cleaning in my inventory. For instance, I can get rid of this shield, because it's a third shield, and I will need 2. Get rid of that girl. These girls are strength. These boots are shitty. Yeah, I don't need that skylighter. I usually sell it and get the money instead, because I don't really want to risk using it at all. Get rid of these C's. Always keep one, so you can have that money train going. And get rid of these demon daisies before I eat them by accident. And that's okay, that's fine. I must have a shit tons of gold right now. I'm gonna check the gold count. Almost 50,000 of them. And I don't really want to carry all that gold. So I'm going to do this instead. Wait a second, no. I'm not going to be sacrificing that gold to my stupid god. I want to be a magician, and magicians need learning. If I ever want to be able to read books, I need as much learning as I can, so I'm going to be giving all my gold to Garth, the weapon master, who for some reason trains learning as well. I don't know. Also have no idea how that training is supposed to look. Apparently I'm learning to read books, or maybe I'm taking calculus or something, I don't know. But my learning is going to increase over time now. By, I don't know, 2 or 3 points. I gave him a lot of money. And money translates to success with Garth. You can literally buy education. It's quite sweet, actually. I should also probably eat some of these mortar roots, because my willpower isn't at max value yet, and it will be with mortar roots eventually. Anyway, I'm going to be wanting... I'm not going to do the champion, the arena right away, actually. I'm going to do the pyramid first. Because, well, technically there is an item in the pyramid that allows you to do the last fight in the arena safely and very easily. In any case, because there's a possibility of the last fight to be an ogre magus with on a pretty high level, and it's harder to find him in the arena looking like this. It's not a hallway. So you should, in theory, get an item first. In practice, the fight to get that item itself is hard enough that you probably could win the champion title either way if you can get the item, but I'm going to be doing this in the theoretically proper order. Okay, that's all out of bollocks. That's the way I'm used to doing it anyway. Doesn't really matter in the end, because I'm powerful enough to do both and confident enough. So I'm going to be doing the pyramid first. The pyramid also has a level limit. You can enter it at level 13, but you can't enter it anymore at level 17, I think. It might be that you can still enter it at level 17 if you've entered it before, but 17 is in any case there's a max level, and you do want to enter the pyramid because the artifacts you can get in there are pretty great. Okay, I already know the route to the pyramid. It is a maze technically. It's full of traps, but I know the route, so I'll be going straight for the first item of interest, which is this pile of stuff here. It contains a pickaxe, so I'm taking it, a climbing set, and the only guaranteed set of thieves' picks in the game. If you didn't start with a thief, these are exceptionally rare items. On the other hand, they are also not really that useful, because you don't really need the thief skills in this game. Most traps can be avoided, or for that matter eaten. You can just take the damage. And doors can be opened with your boots by kicking them open, which is good enough for most characters. And that's about it. That's why the thieves' picks are very important. Even though, in theory, any character can obtain the thief skills in level Seal by talking to the Master Thief, Urgus, and taking training from him. Which, well, isn't really what I'm going to be focusing right now, because right now I should be focusing on the boss battle that is about to transpire. Let's see. Now I'm going to be checking my options. I should probably check my potions, because this can be a nasty battle because there's a bunch of random monsters in there that are going to be different kinds of dangerous. At the very least, you should check what kind of potions you have available. For instance, these potions of invisibility might save my life, because invisibility allows you to pick your battles to some degree. The most important item is the one I got from the quest from before, which is the marble one near the bottom of this list, which fires off fireballs. Not only once, but 12 of them. And the enemies I'm fighting, and the boss enemy I'm fighting, is going to be vulnerable to fire. That's why you should do the animated forest in any case before you do the pyramid. Okay, enough talking, let's get this done. Let's check the monsters first. We've got a Ghost Lord. I can deal with that. A Hobgoblin Chieftain or Leader. A Hill Giant Chieftain. That's a Dark Elven Wizard, so it's going to be some spiders up in this bitch. There's a Master Swordsman. I already hate this guy. A Dark Orc. Respectable melee attack. Ice Vortex. Could do some damage. Not good. And that's a dog. And that white capital F is one of the monsters with the most hilarious names to me. It's a Bullet. If you know German, this is hilarious. And yeah, there's a Hillock Sergeant over there, so that's about it. And these are standard monsters, these jackal demons. There's always two of them. They're always there, and they have a confusing attack. There's the mummies. They are not very dangerous at all, but they can see invisible. And this is the boss enemy, Rehetep, the Mummy Lord. And he is the one you want to kill and get the artifacts from. He drops 2 artifacts, and if you can get those, you can run from all the rest. Well, if you want to. Now, I'm going to do some threat assessment. I'm a Drakeling, so Ghost Lords are not trivial. Debating whether I should be invisible for this fight. No, I think I can take it. I'm a pretty badass dude. I have the Sword of Sharpness handy. I should probably switch that up for the Blessed Hatch of Penetration, because it's blessed. I know it's blessed, which is always a good thing. And I'm going to switch up my weapons. I remember having Undead Slaying, yes, but my Undead Slaying is also a curse, which is kind of a bummer. And it's Quarrels, which I haven't trained, so instead I'll be using this stack of Blasted Arrows, which are also going to be excellent against the Undead in here. I'll start off by eliminating this Ghost Lord as soon as I can. Yes. Greetings, Severin. Permit us to welcome thee in our chambers. We have waited for a long time for thee to arrive. Oh, that guy's polite. Thy skin will make a nice new wrapping worthy of us. That's less nice. Prepare to release the rights to thy skin. Okay. Didn't expect a tea party, but could be more polite, I guess. Don't get in my way, Hill Sergeant. Not polite at all. Okay, I'm done with the Ghost Lord. There's not going to be any aging happening here. And I have a very efficient way to be done with the Ice Vortex if it were in a better angle. And I can do it now. I still have a Wand of Fire in here. So much for the Ice Vortex. And I so enjoy that the Master Swordsman accidentally got hit too. Deserves it, motherfucker. Okay. That's the only guy who can really rain in my parade at this point, because he can get rid of all my weapons. And now that the melee fight is going to start, I'd best be retreating into a corner where I can be hit by the fewest amounts of enemies possible. First I'm going to get rid of the Bullet, because they have a pretty nasty melee attack. It's one of the few monsters where I know the name, but I have no idea what they actually look like. These large armored burrows are sleek, metallic-colored beasts with claws that dig through stone and earth, as well as anything else that gets in their way. Thick, hard hides. Is that a horta? I have no idea, but apparently their small eyes are the only weak spots, and so apparently while I'm fighting them, I'm actually poking them in the eye with my hatchet. Which is a pretty nasty way to get damage. Let's get rid of the Hill Orc Sergeant. Let's get rid of the Hill Giant Chieftain, because the mummies are not very dangerous at all, and this is probably the worst possible time to get hungry. And you did not just damage my cloak of protection. Who was that? The mummy! Which one? One of you 3 motherfuckers to damage my cloak. I don't like that. I also don't like to be hungry. 1 second. I'm going to be taking the quick way. I have 1 potion of potential toughness. These are excellent solutions to any in-combat hungry problem. You don't really have to immediately get rid of hungry, but at some point we're going to turn starving, and you should fix your hunger problem before that happens, in case you fight for a long time. And you can fix your hunger problem with 1 potion. And I can see now Rehitep is right next to me, and I'm going to make this the final showdown. He can't really do damage to me anyway. This is not a very dangerous fight, but it's because I have 30 PV. Now, the best way to end this fight, and because I want to demonstrate this to you, I could do it the dumb way, is to do this. To use the marble one, the one with fireballs, and well, you can see the effects. Normal mummies are immediately going to be done, and Rehitep usually doesn't last 2 of these blasts either. Here I soften him up with a melee attack, and now he's over and done with. And that's the end of this boss fight. Last thing to do is to grab the items that he left. And I'm going to giving athletics one last push. I don't really need herbalism. I don't really need any of this actually. I'm going to be maxing climbing relatively soon because that's the key to another location. Oh, I'm taking keen shot. That's a preparation for lightning shot. Get rid of these last monsters. Pick up these items, which is an ankh, which is a type of amulet with pretty nice effects, and a strange wrapping weighing 60 stones. Not to be confused with strange wrappings weighing 50 stones, which suck. This one does not suck, however. There's only a couple of last stragglers, which I'm going to use for target practice. Oh, I can shoot this thing pretty far. I'm impressed, actually. 1 second. Okay, we go get closer. You can hit a lot of monsters with arrows, even though it doesn't look like it, by aiming for spots somewhere else. In this case, aiming directly for Dark Lord would get this arrow to stuck in this pillar, but if by aiming somewhere around here, you can shoot past the pillar and hit the Dark Orc, which is pretty sweet. A bit annoying because you have to redo the targeting every time, all the time. See, I can even hit this guy. Okay, now it's just going to make it easy for me. And I'm done with the Pyramid Moss battle. That wasn't very hard. I'm gonna check my armor. Yeah, it's not really very good, so I'm going to be replacing it right now and dropping the old armor because the ancient mummy wrapping, which is the artifact armor I'm wearing, is indestructible. I cannot ever lose it, so if there's any armor that is worse than it, I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to kick it and leave it. Toss it and leave it is how everything goes. Oh, come on! Now it's just being a dick. It was such a nice hatchet. Oh, come on. Okay. I guess I kind of deserved that. I shouldn't stumble around blind in a corridor I know has traps. What was I doing? What was I thinking? And now that wonderful hatchet is gone. Oh well. It's the kind of setback that kind of gets you down. Then you remember that the biggest setback is to die. And this happens so often that you should just be glad for every second that you're alive and haven't lost a game yet. And these jackals can all just go to hell. I won't leave this place. I don't really like hanging around in there. It's also one of the dungeons that I never bother exploring fully because it's so full of traps. You're just asking for your stuff to get destroyed. So no, I won't be doing that. Okay, usually when I take that trip to the Drowned Graveyard, I mean, it's not going to be much of a secret. Oh, come. All these interruptions are going to make me sane someday. What? Why are you here? all these interruptions. I'm gonna have to make one insane. Here, take this and leave me to my work. Trouble me no more. And nobody's going to get that. Why let them do that? I've played way too much Diablo back in the day. Okay, not even hungry enough for the snacks anymore. Anyway, the Dwarven Graveyard is down here. It's a plus down there. Ancient Dwarven Graveyard. I have no idea why the dwarves are here and they build a dwarf graveyard somewhere down there. I guess they really don't like going to the cemetery. That's in any case where the quest is going to be, and that I'm going to do, which you should always do after doing the pyramid, because the Master Necromancer has a nasty ice attack. Before I go there, I'm going to pay a visit to an old friend of mine, because I seem to remember that I forgot to get something very important from him. First, I'm going to kill this outlaw. Who are you? You're a beggar. Come on. Here, have some gold to buy some more terrible stuff. And give me a booze. Excellent. Thank you. This is actually some of the best ways to spend 40 gold. Because a potion of booze can be used to recharge once. Magical once. And in a sense, which means and one charge of fire could be the difference between getting completely owned by that highly leveled ice vortex and getting rid of it before it kills you. I'm not really going to buy anything here, just want to have that guy identify all the items I can. For instance, I probably have already a scroll of familiar summoning somewhere in there, and maybe not actually. Anyway, it's always good to identify these items. I'm not going to eat that mugger. I don't eat anything. I just eat most things. By the way, this is the guy who can teach you a lot of skills. But to do that, you have to learn to pick pockets, and he won't talk to lawful guys. Which, despite all appearances, I am. I am very lawful. It's just the place where I came from, laws were not exactly a very popular thing in general. We don't have a legal system in the sense of the word. Well, Hotzenplotz, it's so nice to see you again, you and your very distinctive creatures here, Munch and Grunch. And I feel so glad to be seeing you again. I'm going to kill you. Yes. And I'm going to do it with magic missiles, because it doesn't really matter which level you are, you do not want to fight Hotzenplotz in melee. Now, he maybe be a pink, maybe a completely fucking idiot, but he has a really nasty poison attack. So if you can at all avoid it, Munch and Grunch don't matter. It doesn't matter if you fight Munch and Grunch in melee, because they suck. But Hotzenplotz, you don't want to fight in melee ever. Ever. And I still have launching missiles. And that was Hotzenplotz. Man, I feel good about killing that stupid douchebag. And why did I do that? I did do that because I wanted to talk to the sheriff. Where are you? Here you are. Well, yes, I did actually do that. That's right. Has been a dangerous enemy for 1 year, if you say so. Take this reward as a sign of recognition of valor. Because that's how ADOM works. You kill someone without provocation whatsoever, and are rewarded with magical amulets. That's the times when I really start loving this game. Also, I'm going to switch my amulet protection for the Ankh and go back. And this is probably a very good time to stop this video, because I've covered a lot of ground in here. I'm pretty proud.